Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Tonight we are getting to the final song in our Chungha catching up block. This isn't technically her song. This is some guy that I'm not familiar with. His name is Etham, but he is. I said it was featuring Chungha, but she's just listed as the second artist on the song, at like a duet, as opposed to it being a feature. But it's the same thing. But anyway, it's Etham featuring Chungha with Find Love. And if you've seen the reaction, you know this is an absolutely beautiful song, and I'm looking forward to kind of getting more into the lyrics and such. Um, Again, if you haven't seen the reaction, literally that's what it is. It's just a reaction. Feel free to check that video out. Beside this one will be where I look at the lyrics and I give my interpretation of them. So I think that covers everything. Let's go take a look at Find Love. All right, so I've got the lyrics pulled up over here. Now, we did have English subtitles running, not from YouTube, but like from the video itself. That being said, I like to kind of be able to go over the full verse as it comes instead of line by line. Uh, Within the video, there's really nothing to break down. They're both just sitting there. So it's a gorgeous video and nice scenery here, but that's all we get.
It's bringing me down, being stuck inside my head. But I guess bitterness is better off dead. There's nothing to say except a little regret. 'Cause I swore that I thought we'd get to the end.
Again, beautiful tone from him. But okay, it's bringing me down, been stuck inside my head, but I guess the bitterness is off dead. So we've talked that this is a breakup. Now, granted, we don't know that at this point, and two lines into the song, but from the reaction, how we've already heard the song, we know. So this is post breakup, and he's sad about it, right? Like the either she or the relationship itself has been stuck inside his head. He can't stop thinking about it. Like, where did it all go wrong kind of feeling. But I guess the bitterness is off dead. So it kind of shows that he didn't necessarily split on completely, like, it wasn't 100% mutual necessarily. Like, or if it was still something where they kind of, at least he kind of wanted it to keep going. And so there's a little bit of bitterness there, a little bit of regret. And he actually mentions, there's nothing to say except a little regret. But, yeah, because I swore that I thought we'd get to the end. So, like, I thought she was my soulmate, essentially. Like, I thought we were going to last forever.
Yeah, so what did we do this for? Had my hopes up in the sky. Yeah, 'cause you are so beautiful. There's no wonder why you're still on my mind.
So this pre-chorus, so what did we do this for? Had my hopes up in the sky. When he says, so what did we do this for? I think he could be saying, like, why did we break up? But he could also be saying, like, why did we even bother? But at the same time, he says, had my hopes up in the sky. So he had really high hopes. He, again, going back to that previous line, like, he could have sworn that she was the one. Because you're so beautiful, there's no wonder why you're still on my mind. Like, I mean, look at her. She wouldn't leave my mind either. Come on now.
Sometimes I wish what we had was love. I know we both deserve better. I know it wasn't forever. And baby, it showed that we weren't enough for each other, but still we tried.
Really nice guitar melody here, too.
We couldn't find love, but what we had was love.
Okay, chorus. Sometimes I wish what we had was love. I know we both deserve better. So, we had something. It might have even been special, but at the end of the day, it might have been love, it might have been infatuation, it might have just been lust, who knows. But it wasn't quite enough. We both deserve better. We both deserve actual real love. He says, I know it wasn't forever, and baby, it showed. Like, even though he thought maybe she was the one, this thought of like, okay, clearly there's something here that's going to prevent this from going the distance. And it showed, meaning they probably had arguments or fights or, philosophical differences, ideological differences, whatever. But whatever it was showing through the relationship. There were those cracks there. That we weren't enough for each other, but still we tried. That phrase, like, sometimes love isn't enough. Sometimes you need more. Maybe they had true love, but maybe finances tore them apart. Whatever the case might be, there's something beyond just love that is needed to hold a relationship together sometimes. Oh, how I hate we couldn't find love, but what we had was love. So he's acknowledging that they did love each other, but maybe when he says, hate that we couldn't find love, maybe he's talking about that forever type of love. Like, yeah, we were together and we loved each other, but we didn't find, that holy grail, that soulmate type of love.
Yes, we could say our love was summer and rain, hiding behind every smile, a feeling we couldn't escape. And it comes and goes away, trying our best to stay, but we kept running till there was nothing left to say.
Okay, so we're about to get to the pre-chorus again. So her verse is, yes, we could say our love was summer and rain. That's a poetic line that I'm not quite sure how to interpret. You could picture it as, summer is something hot and rain is something cool. So maybe our love was hot and cold, or maybe it was this heat that was masked by, whatever. I don't know. But then the next line is hiding behind every smile, a feeling we couldn't escape. So it's like that feeling, you smile when you know something's probably over, and, whatever is telling them in their heart or their mind that it is over, they can't get away from that, even though they still might have those feelings, that attraction, and that, they're still friendly towards each other, but just, whatever it is, that spark isn't there anymore. It comes and goes away, trying our best to stay. So again, we're kind of talking about the things that, might make a relationship difficult, finances, disagreements, whatever. They tried to work through it, but it just wasn't working out. And then it says, but we kept running till there was nothing left to save. So when they say hiding behind every smile, that's also a form of running away. Like, we're hiding the problem. We're running away from it. We're not acknowledging it. So when she says at the end, but we kept running till there was nothing left to save, it's like they grew apart during the process of them trying to hide the flaws that they had. Rather than acknowledging them and working on them, they tried to seemingly pretend they didn't exist. And the problems grew so big that by the time they finished running away, they grew apart.
Oh, so what did we do this for? Had my hopes up in the sky, 'cause you are still beautiful. There's no wonder why you're still on my
He's spitting facts right here.
Sometimes I wish what we had was lost, but we both deserve better. I know it wasn't forever, and baby, it showed that we were enough for each other, but still we tried. Oh, how I hate we couldn't find. Oh,
They sound really nice together. Here comes that bridge.
Oh, I just hope you're safe and that you haven't changed. I hope you can find a love and you're better off without me by your side. Can we call this love? You're taking me above. What should we tell?
I like how the instruments fade out and we get to hear just her clear vocals. So the bridge, well, I just hope you're safe and that you haven't changed. I hope you go find love and you're better off without me by your side. You know, that echoes that sentiment that we talked about just a bit ago, where, you know, they grew apart, but they didn't form animosity. They just couldn't find that connection anymore. And so they still have love for that person, just not as a partner. And so that, you know, brings us to the next line. Can't we call this love? Like, this is still love, like me wishing you well and me caring for you as a human and as a person that has meant a lot to me. I just don't see myself with you, and I hope that you can find someone that you do find that forever with. You're taking me above. What should we take? I'm not quite sure what we mean by this. Like, I know we're surrounded by the aquariums, so maybe this whole visual metaphor is like them swimming in the ocean of love and they're coming to the surface. Or maybe taking me above is like taking me to heaven. I'm not really quite sure, especially when we take in that next line, like, yeah, what should we take? I, I don't take me. I don't care. I got nothing better going on. But then we're going to get the chorus again. And then the outro is just going to be, but what we had was love, but what we had was love, what we had was love.
What we had was love. No, we both deserve better. No, it wasn't forever. And baby, it's shown that we were enough for each other.
I love how they both singing that word enough.
Oh, how I hate we couldn't find love. What we had, love.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Love.
Aww. Alright, guys, that was Etham featuring Chungha. Actually, it doesn't even say featuring, it's just she's on the track. But with Find Love, and I don't know enough about him to say this, but anyone who finds love with her is a lucky person, guy or girl. I'm assuming he's a sweet guy. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. But beautiful song, and vocally he impressed me. I really liked his voice. I'm not sure that I'm going to go look up his discography because, you know, it's not generally my style. But I don't think I'd hit skip on it if he came on either. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell to enable your notifications, and also a special shout out to our Patreon subscribers. Thank you guys for all your support. If you're not familiar, the Patreon link is down below, and over there there's stuff that I can't put here on the YouTube channel, as well as guaranteed prioritized requests sent to the top of the request queue for our paid subscribers. Actually, over there I just posted the first episode of a new boy group forming survival show called Be My Boys. So if you're interested in survival shows or concerts and stuff like that, check it out. Also, if you want to make a request but you are not really feeling the whole Patreon thing, there's a link to PayPal down there as well, where you can sponsor requests on an individual basis. But anyway, thanks for checking this one out with me, and I will see you next time. Take care, everyone.